Yo, 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 what is up? I'm Kuma Akumi, and we are up to episode 544 of my One Piece anime reactions. I was really kind of hoping we could jump back to the present and kind of move on from the depressing stuff, but I can already tell from the title card that we are still in the flashback and we are not happy fishmen. We just lost our leader in the previous episode out of stubbornness. But I mean, like, I don't blame him for feeling the way he feels because he obviously went through a lot of stuff. But it is interesting how his decision to turn away human blood somehow over time was reversed in this storytelling to the point where the fishmen are like, oh, yeah, well, when he needed help, the humans wouldn't give him blood. And therefore, it's against the rules here to do the same in reverse. Like, wow, interesting. So, like, I'm wondering if, like, Arlong is the one who's responsible for spreading that lie, or if, you know, like, it just kind of came to be known that way for some reason. I don't know, because obviously there's going to be some sort of rift, because Jinbei went off and became a warlord of the sea, and Arlong went off to torment the East Blue and Nami by extension. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just getting straight into this because I'm just like, I'm so into this. Seriously, if you are new, you are cool. If you've been here before, you are awesome too. Without further ado, let's get into this. Also, before we keep getting into the serious stuff, Fisher Tiger. Seriously, on my off day when I wasn't watching this or recording, I was trying to remember his name and I kept thinking Tiger King. I know that's not the same thing and I was kicking myself for that, but I realized how similar his name is and my head reverses stuff a lot. So I'm going to try very hard. I apologize if I ever slip up and say Tiger King. I never watched that Netflix series, but I just know of that personality and the name. It's just like impossible not to at this point. Two very different personalities, let's just say, okay? Tiger King, and then King Tiger, right? Oh no, did I already get it messed up? I'm gonna go back and check. Fisher Tiger. There's not even a king in there. This is terrible. I'm so sorry, y'all. Yeah, and I'm here laughing. Sorry. Well, okay. I also feel like I need to point this out because it's all about context, right? And obviously, if you're looking for a message, you're going to find that message or the reason for what you're doing, and no matter what, even if it isn't exactly what it is, like, you know. But in this situation, it is very complicated and not just as simple as humans killing a fishman who was returning a child to her village. It was actually a wanted fishman who had broken the law. Granted, what he did, I would say, was well within his rights for rescuing, you know, fish people. But between that and when they were there shooting him to death, he also continued to break the law and do other stuff along the way, and he became a wanted fishman. And so it wasn't just that simple. And I know it sucks to say that out loud, but I really do feel like Arlong is looking at this in a very contrasty way, and he's not looking at, like, the little details here, because the little details to him don't matter, because at the end of the day, you know, their guy died. And that really sucks. But again, I just wanted to say that's something that's also been on my mind. It's like, as crappy as that is, because it's a very kind gesture for him to want to bring this girl back to her village. But he was wanted, he had a poster, he did a bunch of other stuff, and, you know, the humans, you know, morally, you should say, maybe not turn that person in. That's totally on them. But the response in turn, based off of all that other stuff, is more understandable. I guess I'd beat around the bush on that one. But yeah, so sucks all the way around. Sorry, Arlong. But the humans weren't just being, like, evil and duplicitous. it wasn't just like the humans calling up the cops and being like, yo, there are fishmen here. We don't like fishmen. Come kill them. It was, yo, there's a wanted fishman here. Can you come get him? Slight difference. It still doesn't look very good, and it didn't turn out very well, but I'm just rambling. I'm going to get going now. Uh-oh. I feel for Koala's family. I don't know if they're gonna live after this. Dude, Arlong is like, okay, I'm gonna one-man this raid. Oh! Please, Kizaru. This is the only time I'm happy to see you. Yes! Oh... Future Admiral Kizaru, of course. Okay, I gotta say, these extra names are very confusing. He's not the only one who has this, where it's like they introduce him as one name, and then they later introduce him by his first and last name that are not even the name that he's been introduced as. What's it called? Like, I swear to God, One Piece trivia probably sucks ass, because like there's no way anybody could get any of these details without googling the crap out of them. Wait, Arlong got captured? So he's saying he was refused blood, but he didn't have to die if only there was fishman's blood. So he's saying he was refused blood because there wasn't a fishman option on board? Is that actually, am I legitimately translating this correctly? Because I was waiting to find out the reason for the story. And, okay, I know we're trying to talk about, like, you know, I guess diversity or whatnot, and making sure everybody has some sort of, you know, equal, I don't know, treatment or whatnot. But let's just think of this from a logistical point. At this point in time, there are literally no fishermen on the Marine crew of any ship that I'm aware of. Maybe I'm wrong. But why would you carry fisherman blood in your infirmary if all you have on your ship are humans or human-animal hybrids like Nezumi guy? I'm just saying... It's such a weird angle to take for Arlong. It's very far from the truth. It's more tragic to be betrayed and have hard feelings than it is to lie to everyone about the motivations behind him not getting the treatment, and the repercussions of which leads to a good decade or more of folk thinking that it was racially motivated in a different direction. Oh man, this show is getting so messy and so, like, very topical. Oh my god. Oda, I just wanted to have some pirate adventures, and now we're just, like, knee deep in the trenches here talking about, like, speciesism and stuff. Oh, dude. No, it's not. He just wanted to put more blame on the humans. So Jinbei's saying, don't kill anybody still.
全ての真実を伝えるべきと筆を取った次第用の海賊団船長。決めたのです。タイガーはあの生き方を選ぼう。
Wait a minute. This is even more perplexing. So Jinbei actually filled the king in on the whole, it wasn't that the humans denied him blood situation, and here's the real reason, and they still end up making it law? What the heck, man? Okay, now it's on him again. What a messy, messy story.
負けません。太陽のもとに住むのです。署名を、移住の意思をここに。
あらゆる種族の奴隷たちを差別なく助けたあのタイガーさんを人間たちは見捨てたんだ。
That's so sad.
どう分かり合うんです。
今日も一人も署名してくれなかったわ。
はい、
子供たち。
Aww.
大丈夫大丈夫。
私の安らぎ。大丈夫。
Nothing could possibly go wrong with this beautiful, perfect family.
約束しましょう。あなたたちの未来。
ナンパ船の人命救助。
しっかりしろ。また海賊ですな。
島へ運びましょう。
島の子供たちへの地上講習。
これは昨日話した木がたくさんあるところ。森よ。
活動。
It's always looking kind of blank to me.
乙姫王妃。
あなたたち。署名してくださった方々ね。
署名はどのくらい集まったので。
5年以上集めていますが、1枚10人の署名誌が100枚くらい、1000人は賛成してくれてます。魚人島の人口は500万人だから、正直もう少し。
勝手ながらそのうち50枚ほど取り消していただきたく。この前島に流れ着いた海賊がこの町で略奪を働いて島からとんずらしたって。乙姫様。
乙姫様。あら子供たち、地上の話をする。前書いたこの紙。
Aww.
あなたが王妃だから話も聞いたが、演説もう結構ですから。
Aww.
飽きたし。
ちょっと張り切りすぎてしまって、今日は一人にしてくださる？
Aww. Oh man, that hurts.
乙姫様、今の国中への放送が多い。あなた、お酒を。
大丈夫だって。だってね。乙姫様の声？聞きなさいよ、みんな。私たちが水中だけでも生きていける私たちが。広い海の中。暗い海底で。まだこの場所だけを選んで住んでるのはなぜ？ここには小さな光と空気があるからではないですか？地上にはもっと大きな光がある。
Such a good point.
子供たちがこっそりシャボンディパークを見上げに行くのは、世界にはもっと素敵な場所があるのに、何か大人びた理由をつけて諦めてるだけじゃありませんか？勇気を出して一番欲しいものを欲してください。
That's a good speech for being so drunk.
その紹介が人間ならばみんなでぶつかりましょうよ。すれば巨人島の子供たちの変わるかもしれない。
Yeah, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You made that adorable queen cry and get hella drunk. Oof.
あよ、魚人島に家族を残してんだ。ガキと嫁さん。いつかは帰れるだけマシだ。元奴隷は見つかれば終わり。 このまま死ぬまで船の上だ。
That's so sad.
すまねえ。そんなつもりで言ったんじゃねえんだ。
怪我は大丈夫かい？
The guy wrapped his hair up.
先日インペルダウンに収監されたアーロンなどはまだ序の口。真に凶暴なのはジンベエです。あれの強さは尋常ではなく、野放しにしておくのはあまりに危険。
Unclear justice.
わしが大岡七部会に
A little bad.
今や懸賞金2億5,000
万
これにとどまらず、今後も政府にとっての話決定。もっと悪名を高めてやろうぜ、ジンベエ船長。
Is this actually?
わしは受けようと思う。よくも
Wow, I'm so surprised. I thought he was gonna accept that after the crew had broken up. But it looks like he might be the reason.
ジンベエ聞いたぞ。七部会の件。わしが七部会になれば政府の恩赦でアラディンを恥じことなくこの国で暮らすことができる。何よりわしがこの地位を受ければ少し魚人族が世界政府に近づけんじ
Oh,
ゃ
that is such a selfless reason.
少し調子を崩した
Oh,
んだな。
dang it, I didn't bring any
タイガー
tissue.
の願い魚人族の解放と自由にもつながるはず。しかし少々恩赦による不安要素もありますがな。
So this is how Arlong got out. Jinbei being a warlord. Oh my gosh.
言いたいことがあるならはっきりせや。
七部会だってな、ジンベエの兄貴。
タイの兄貴の言葉を忘れたか。恨みや怒りに生きるのはよせ。
ひよったな、兄貴。俺もこのままあんたの部下になれば安全圏なんだろうな。大兄貴は死んだんだ。俺は元のアーロン一味に戻る。同胞たちも連れて行くぜ。お別れ。
アーロン、お前ってやつは
どうしても止めたければ今ここで俺を殺せ。記念なら俺は自由だ。これこそが魚人族の怒りだ。
生意気言うな。
He is pretty arrogant. Had to wait such a long time to get Luffy to do this. Thank you, Jinbei. He was doing it for everybody, y'all. I like that he included this beatdown in the story he's telling them all.
気に病むことはない、ジンベエ。魚人街で共に育った弟。今日働けば海軍が動く。さもなくば必ず。いや、お前、
好きにさせてやれ。
あばよ。
Alright, and then they all broke apart at that point, yeah?
派閥に分かれ、それぞれの道を歩き始めたんじゃ。
Oof, what a long backstory here. And you probably have been hearing Robin barking almost consistently. Our windows is opened downstairs, and he has like a little throne there that he can watch the world. And we also have a bunny that lives in our yard. And he has been taking to sitting right in the front yard, like directly in front of the window. And whenever my dog cones in on him, he just literally will stand there and just bark, 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 bark at that bunny. Like the bunny doesn't care. It's not going to move. Robin's never going to catch on to it. Whew. That being said, let's get on to the next episode. Nami's going to understand. I understand. I'm sure Nami will understand. But this is a heavy story. And yeah, so... And so we are on to 545. Let's see how heavy this is. Still in the flashback, okay. Well, I suppose we haven't seen the queen die, right?
タイのお頭のおかげで天竜人から逃げることはできたが、海賊として生きるしか 道はねえと
俺たちはもう自由。船長、いやジンベエの兄貴、この恩は一生忘れない。
何を大げさな。
いや俺たちだって分かってるつもりだ。
して好き好んで入ったわけじゃね
ごちゃごちゃ言うとらんで。はよう家族のもとへ帰
He
って
doesn't like all the compliments.
しびれを切らして待っとるぞ。
Aww. Aww. You know what? This is actually really impactful because this is actually like Jinbei fulfilling Fisher Tiger's goal. He freed all of them from Mary Jo, and he made sure most of them could go home, but all of the fishmen were essentially trapped on the ship because anywhere they went, they would definitely be recaptured. And now, with this deal, he's finally allowing the last of them to go, but that essentially leaves Jinbei with, like, nobody on his crew but that really cool dude who's just chilling next to him. Sucks to be him, man. Alright, Turbo wanted to come join us even for just the last bit of this, so without further ado, let's get back into this episode.
アラディン、お前さんも奴らと同じ身の上だ。やっと船を降りられるな。
家族とも安心して一緒に暮らすことができる。だが一度刻まれた天竜人の紋章、お礼としてむごい目に遭わされた人間への憎しみは一生消えることはない。俺だってタイの兄貴の真意はいた。しかし
It's really hard to let go of that anger, you know?
人命を親分がよりによって世界政府の
And everybody else is just misreading why he did this. It's so sad. Wow.
わしの七部会加入をよく思わん島民たちが大勢おったことも知っていた。
魚人族と世界政府の間につながりができました。これを機会に人間との友好関係が進むよう私も努力を続けるつもりで。
でも相当な重荷を背負い込んだもんじゃ。世界政府の命令が下ればこれからはたとえ気の進まぬ。
He decided to not to fight for Ace, right?
米の心意気決して無駄にはしません。
ただしくれぐれも無理はた二日酔いで寝込まれては困るんじゃ。
そしてその後の乙姫王妃の運命招かざる客の来訪じゃ。
Oh.
龍河城巨大難破船が緊急入国を求めています。何をしている。当然さっさと受け入れる。何の間違いでしょうか。天竜人が
Oh no.
何竜人だと。
受け入れなさい。救急部隊を海外へ。すぐにそっちへ行きます。
どうして天竜人がこのような海底。
This is definitely not going to end well if it's a celestial dragon.
なんだってこんな深海をうろちょろしてたんだ。
早くしろだい。チキシャー、みんな死にやがって根性なしめ。早くマスクを持ってこい。やるいだまい。
There's no way I can pronounce his name.
助けろ。バカどもめ。勝手なこと言いやがって。医者だい。
両班は到着していますが、ここをどう扱えばいいの。
世界一の富ども。
Oh, Hooty's all grown up already, right? Oh
世界
no.
政府だろうとなんだろうと。これでこそ我らがバンダー月経。港の方が騒がしいな。船長、天竜人が来たそうで。何でも難破船で助けを求めに。
Asking.
こんなはずではなかったんだい。え？魚人の奴隷たちが魚人島に戻った。なんでもな、舞さん。今度七部会に入ったのがジンベエという魚人でな。そやつのいる太陽の海賊団に逃げ込んでいた奴隷たちが政府の恩赦で脱走の罪を許されて国へ帰ったそうだよ。その中にはきっとワチキの家から逃げた奴隷たちもいるはずだえ、マイダディ。そんならワチキ取り返しに行くえ、マイダディ。知らなんだえ。深海があんな恐ろしいものだと。
Surprised he made it that far.
久しぶりだな、様子があると。ワチキを呼び捨てにするとは。お前たちはワチキの奴隷ども。誰が自由を許した。鎧ども。よせお前たち、
天竜人だぞ。
バカやめろ。身の程知らずめ。わちきを誰だと思っている。
地上では天竜人に手を出すと海軍大将が直ちに出動してくる。だがここは海底の魚人島。島民たちが黙っていればお前たちがどうなろうとただの。
Oh.
俺もそうだ。
俺は黙ってるぞ。俺もだ。どうせ死ぬ命だ。
Wow.
お前たちが受けた苦痛を。なんだ。
許そうにも。
おい、やめろ。
ごめんなさい。
魚類どもめ。
乙姫王妃。
皆さん、子供たちが見ています。
Oh.
アラディン、ナンパしたという天竜人は。
死んで及ぶ。母上が城を飛び出して。たくさんいる人間の少し怖い方のだ。
急ごう。うん。
かすっただけです。
なぜかばうのです。その男が過去我々に何をしてきたか。
俺たちはそいつに。
あなたたちの心の叫びは痛いほど伝わってきます。
母上様。
辛いでしょうけど、その人間たちへの怒りを、憎しみを子供たちに植え付けないで。
Very well said.
彼らはこれから出会い考えるのですから。
I feel like this celestial dragon's gonna make it a heck of a lot worse.
お前らは島に何も伝えるな。人間たちへの怒りを。タイの兄貴。
動くなだえ。
しまった。
何が王妃だえ。天竜人のわちきから見れば魚類の国の王妃など下地民も同然。
ってやつだ。
Dude, Decken creep factor shooting up through the roof there.
医者も連れてこい。
なんじゃ。
Oh, girl using some mermaid powers. With lots of eyes? Oh! Oh! Dude, did she just call a whole bunch of, like, sea kings? I know that you can have fish people talk to fish, but that's a whole another level.
とても偶然には。
白牛、あなたまさか。
どうしたんすか船長。
我が一族に伝わる伝説。かつてはるか昔、海洋類をも従わせる神秘の力を持つ人魚姫。その伝説を追い求め、大バンダー鉄拳。俺はついに見つけたぞ。
あの白星が伝説の人魚姫。
シェー。俺は我が一族だギャラ知っている。
Well, he's certainly not good at keeping secrets.
海洋類を自在に扱うことさえできれば何でも手に入るってわけだ。
これからどうします。白星姫をさ。
まずは姫の夫にならねば。
Oh, man.
私が治療を。
頼みますね。
乙姫様もすぐに。数週間後、乙姫王妃は驚くべき行動に出た。
覚えたのよお前たちが受けた比例無礼の数々。
命を助けてなぜ恨まれなきゃならない。あんな奴を返すべきじゃない。この島を危険にさらすぞ。
I like that this guy is still talking smack on his way
まだ
out.
話があるよ。ならば私が地上まで同行します。
Oh,
無茶な乙姫様。そんな勝手なことは許さん。
であり、大騎士のあなたならば、よもや人間に捕まることもないでしょう。
ならばわしが。
いいえ、強いあなたでは意味がないので、か弱き者でも旅をして無事に帰ってこられる世界でなければ、だからこそ人一倍体の弱いこの私が地上へ行く意味が。
母上様、
信じてあなたの選んだ妻と
I'm sure this will end well.
たかが魚類の王妃が生意気だえ。
ジンベエ、あのお方を止めることは誰にもできない。
Wow, that kid can really scream. Ah, we don't even get to find out what happened at that one, huh? Man, there's been a lot of flashbacks for this season. Arc, sorry. Wow. Okay. There's a lot to digest in these last 2 episodes. I honestly wasn't a second away from saying, okay, maybe I misjudged Decken, you know? But no, he's still a creep. And he's gonna be a creep. His fashion was even worse in the past, but can't say it really improved that much either, so... Wow, alright. I hope y'all come back in 3 days' time to find out what happens next. Until then, I bid y'all adieu.